Have you ever wondered how much time you truly have left after turning 70? Most people assume it's all in your genes, a fate sealed by DNA. But here's the surprising twist. Your longevity isn't just written in your genes. It's in your daily habits, your mindset, even how fast you walk. Let me ask you this. If your future health could be revealed by something as simple as your walking speed or your sleep quality, would you want to know? Science tells us it can. There are 9 signs that act as hidden clues about how long you'll live after 70. Some of them will shock you. And here's the best part, you can actually change most of them starting today. But what if I told you that ignoring one of these signs could cost you years of life? Curious? Let's dive in and uncover these life-changing insights. Let's begin with one of the simplest yet most revealing signs, your walking speed. You might think it's just about how fast you can get from one place to another, but walking speed is actually a window into your overall health and longevity. Picture this. Mary and Susan are 2 women in their early 70s. Mary wakes up every morning, laces up her sneakers, and takes a brisk walk around her neighborhood. She says hello to her neighbors, breathes in the fresh air, and enjoys the gentle rhythm of her footsteps. Susan, on the other hand, prefers a quieter routine. She spends most of her days seated, catching up on TV or reading books. Over time, the difference in their habits becomes clear. Mary feels energetic, her joints stay flexible, and her heart is strong. Susan, however, notices her movements becoming slower, her energy fading, and her confidence in simple tasks, like climbing stairs, diminishing. The science backs it up. A groundbreaking study by the University of Pittsburgh analyzed data from over 34,000 older adults and found that walking speed is a powerful predictor of longevity. People who walk at a brisk pace, at least 2.5 feet per second, tend to live longer. Walking fast reflects strong muscles, a healthy heart, and even better brain function. But here's the best part. You can improve your walking speed at any age. Even if you're starting small, you can work your way up. Try timing yourself. How long does it take you to walk 10 feet? If it's more than 4 seconds, it's worth paying attention. Begin by walking around your house, then step outside for a stroll. Add just a few extra steps each day and soon you'll feel the difference. Your walking speed isn't just a number, it's a message from your body. So what is it telling you today? Now let's talk about a sign most people never think twice about, grip strength. At first glance it might seem trivial. After all, how important could the strength of your hand really be? But science tells us a different story. Studies published in The Lancet revealed that grip strength can predict life expectancy even more accurately than blood pressure. That's right, a simple squeeze can offer powerful insight into your future health. Let me share a personal experience. The first time I tried using a hand dynamometer, a tool that measures grip strength, I expected it to be easy, but it wasn't. It took serious effort to squeeze hard enough to hit the target. That moment made me realize how much grip strength reflects overall health. It's not just about how strong your hand is, it's a sign of how well your muscles and heart are functioning. Why is this important? Weak grip strength is often a sign of declining muscle mass, which can lead to serious health problems. Loss of mobility, increased risk of falls, and even heart issues. As we age, maintaining muscle strength becomes crucial. It's not just about avoiding frailty, it's about staying independent and active for as long as possible. Here's the good news. You can improve grip strength at any age. Resistance bands, stress balls, or lightweight training can make a difference. Even something as simple as squeezing a sponge while doing the dishes helps build strength. So, next time you shake someone's hand, notice how it feels. If your grip isn't as firm as it used to be, don't worry. Small, consistent exercises can restore strength and improve your health. Remember, a stronger grip means a stronger, more resilient you. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you, your social life. Can being connected to friends and family really help you live longer? Yes, absolutely. Studies have shown that social isolation can be as dangerous for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Shocking, right? Here's a story that always stays with me. My neighbor Jim was a lively man in his 70s. He was always out chatting with friends at the local park, sharing stories and laughter. But after his wife passed away, something changed. He withdrew, stopped visiting friends, and spent more time alone. Within a few years, his health declined noticeably, both mentally and physically. Science backs this up. Researchers at Brigham Young University found that people with strong social ties are 50% more likely to live longer than those who are socially isolated. That's because human connection reduces stress, boosts the immune system, and even helps prevent chronic diseases. But what if you've lost touch with friends or feel it's too late to build new connections? It's never too late. Start with small steps. Call an old friend, join a local club, or volunteer. Even hobbies like gardening, painting, or playing cards with neighbors can help you meet new people. If you're nervous about reconnecting, remember this: most people feel the same way. A simple hello can be the start of something wonderful. Take a moment and ask yourself, who can you reach out to today? Whether it's a phone call, a coffee date, or joining a community group, these small actions can make a big difference in your health and happiness. After all, life is meant to be shared, and the more we connect, the longer and healthier we live. Let's move on to something many people overlook: sleep. We often think of sleep as just a way to rest, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools for protecting your health and extending your life. The quality of your sleep can either strengthen your body or quietly wear it down. I used to believe that if I could squeeze in 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I'd be fine. Coffee would help me power through the day. But after a while, the sluggishness, brain fog, and frequent colds caught up with me. It turns out that sleep isn't just about how long you sleep, it's about the quality of that sleep. The National Sleep Foundation found that people who get 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep have a much lower risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. But here's the twist: too much sleep can be just as harmful. Regularly sleeping more than 9 hours may increase your risk of health problems. Sleep, like most things, is about balance. So, how can you improve your sleep? Start by creating a bedtime routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid caffeine and screens in the evening. Instead, wind down with a book, soft music, or meditation. These small adjustments can make a huge difference in how well you sleep. And don't ignore sleep disorders like insomnia or sleep apnea. If you're struggling, talk to a doctor. Your body repairs itself while you sleep, so giving it the rest it needs is one of the best ways to invest in your future health. How's your sleep lately? If it's not where you want it to be, small changes today can mean big improvements tomorrow. Now, let's talk about something many people focus on, but often in the wrong way: your waistline. Most people think weight alone is the key health indicator, but here's the surprise: it's not your overall weight that matters most, it's where you carry it. I learned this the hard way. For years, I focused on the number on the scale, thinking that was the best way to track my health. Then I read about research from the Mayo Clinic, which found that waist circumference is a far better predictor of serious health risks, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, than weight alone. Men with a waist size over 40 inches and women over 35 inches are at a much higher risk. What? Because fat stored around your waist, visceral fat, isn't just extra padding. It surrounds vital organs and increases inflammation, which can lead to chronic diseases. But here's the good news: you can reduce your waistline and lower these risks. Start with small changes. You don't need to go on a drastic diet or spend hours at the gym. Instead, focus on a balanced diet rich in whole foods. Think vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins. Cut back on sugary drinks and processed foods, and you'll see results faster than you expect. Exercise is key too. You don't have to run marathons. Regular walks, light jogging, or yoga can make a big difference. Even 30 minutes of moderate activity a few times a week helps reduce belly fat. Measure your waist today. It's a simple step, but it can give you valuable insight into your health. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every inch you reduce is a step toward a longer, healthier life. Now let's dive into something we don't talk about enough: mental health. When you think about living longer, your mind probably goes straight to physical health. Strong muscles, a healthy heart, eating well. But what's happening in your mind can be just as important, if not more. A famous Harvard study tracked people for 80 years, and its findings were eye-opening. Those with a positive outlook and strong mental health lived longer, healthier lives compared to those who were constantly stressed or isolated. Chronic stress, anxiety, and depression weren't just linked to emotional struggles. They actually raised the risk of early death. I'll be honest, there was a time when I thought feeling stressed and down was just part of life. You push through it, right? But eventually it caught up with me. I felt tired all the time, my patience wore thin, and even minor illnesses seemed harder to shake. It turns out stress affects every part of your body, your heart, immune system, and even your digestion. The good news? There are simple ways to protect your mental health. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools. Just 10 minutes of deep breathing can lower your stress. Journaling helps too, giving you a safe space to work through your thoughts. Even talking to someone you trust, whether it's a friend or a therapist, can lighten the emotional load. And here's a surprising tip: stay connected to positive people. Laughter and joy can be contagious, and they reduce stress naturally. So, how's your mental health? Take a few moments to reflect. Remember, taking care of your mind isn't just about feeling good today, it's about building a healthier, longer future. Your mental well-being is worth every bit of effort. Let's talk about something that might seem small but has a huge impact on your longevity, flexibility, and balance. These are abilities most of us take for granted, but as we get older, they become essential for maintaining independence and avoiding dangerous falls. Here's a simple test. Can you balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds? If not, it's worth paying attention. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that older adults who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had a nearly double risk of dying within 10 years compared to those who could. Think about that. Something as simple as standing on one leg could predict your future health. I tried this test myself once, thinking it would be a breeze. At first, I was steady, but after a few seconds, I started to wobble. It made me realize how easy it is to lose balance without noticing. As we age, we naturally lose muscle strength and flexibility, which increases the risk of falls. These falls can lead to serious injuries that dramatically affect quality of life. But here's the good news. You can improve balance and flexibility at any age. Activities like yoga and tai chi are fantastic for both. Even simple exercises at home, like standing on one leg for a few seconds each day or stretching your hamstrings, can make a big difference. Try this. Next time you're waiting for the kettle to boil, balance on one leg for 10 seconds. Little things like this add up over time, building strength and stability. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. With small daily efforts, you can keep your body strong and steady for the years to come. Now, let's focus on something that's on your plate every day: your diet. What you eat plays a massive role in how long and how well you live. In fact, researchers have consistently found that certain diets can add years to your life and significantly reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Have you heard of the Mediterranean diet? It's not a fad, it's a way of eating that has stood the test of time. This diet emphasizes fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats like olive oil, nuts, and fish. A study published in the BMJ found that following a Mediterranean-style diet can reduce your risk of early death by 25%. That's a powerful statistic. Remember when I first switched to eating more Mediterranean foods? The difference in how I felt was almost immediate. I had more energy, slept better, and felt lighter without going on any strict diet. The secret isn't deprivation. It's about choosing whole, nutrient-rich foods. But where do you start? Don't worry, you don't have to overhaul everything at once. Make small changes. Replace sugary snacks with fresh fruit. Swap processed foods for whole grains. Add more greens to your plate. And don't forget about healthy fats. Olive oil, avocados, and nuts are your best friends. Another tip: cut back on red meat and processed foods, which are linked to inflammation and chronic illness. Instead, focus on plant-based proteins like beans and lentils, along with fresh fish. So, what's on your plate today? Every meal is an opportunity to invest in your health. Remember, eating well isn't just about living longer, it's about feeling your best every day. Small choices can lead to a lifetime of better health. Finally, let's talk about something that might be the most powerful predictor of all: your sense of purpose. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have endless energy and enthusiasm, even as they grow older? That spark often comes from having a reason to get up in the morning. In Japan, there's a concept called ikigai, which roughly translates to the reason for being. Researchers studying blue zones, regions where people regularly live to be 100 or more, found that having a strong sense of purpose can add up to 7 extra years to your life. Think about that, 7 more years just by having something meaningful to look forward to each day. I remember meeting an older gentleman named Frank at a community garden. Frank had retired years earlier but felt restless and aimless at first. Then he discovered gardening and it became his passion. Every morning he had a purpose, to tend to his plants and help others grow theirs. He told me, "It keeps me alive, not just physically but emotionally." What's your purpose? It doesn't have to be something big or world-changing. It could be volunteering, spending time with your grandchildren, learning a new skill, or even starting a small project you've always dreamed of. The key is to find something that gives you joy and motivation. If you're not sure where to start, ask yourself, what makes you feel excited or fulfilled? It's never too late to discover a new purpose. Remember, having a reason to wake up each day isn't just about happiness, it's about longevity and resilience. So what's your ikigai? If you don't know yet, take time to explore. Finding your purpose could be the best investment you make in your future. Now that you know how important walking speed is, let's address the question you might be thinking. What if my walking speed is slower than it should be? Does that mean my fate is sealed? Here's the plot twist. It's not about how fast you walk today, it's about how much you can improve over time. Studies show that even small improvements in walking speed can significantly reduce your health risks and extend your life. Think of it as a built-in health monitor that you can adjust with practice. Take the story of a 75-year-old woman in Italy who started with slow, shuffling steps. Her doctor advised her to start walking a bit more each day. A year later, she was outpacing friends 10 years younger. Consistency, not speed, saved her health. So, how fast can you improve? The answer is entirely in your hands, or rather, your feet. Every step forward is progress. By now, you might be wondering, if my grip strength is weak, is it too late to fix it? Absolutely not. Here's the twist. Building strength is easier than you think, and it could save your life. A recent case caught my attention. A 78-year-old man who could barely hold a coffee cup without shaking. His grip strength test was alarmingly low. His doctor didn't prescribe medication but instead gave him resistance bands and a simple hand exercise routine. After 3 months, his strength improved so much that he could confidently carry groceries again. And here's the kicker, his heart health improved too. Remember, grip strength isn't just about your hands, it's a reflection of your entire body's condition. Start small. Grab a stress ball, use a resistance band, or squeeze a sponge while watching TV. These tiny steps can lead to life-changing results. You might be thinking, does staying socially connected really make that much of a difference? Here's the twist. Loneliness can be as harmful as smoking or obesity. It's not just about feeling sad or bored, it has a profound effect on your physical health. A study at Brigham Young University found that people with strong social connections were 50% more likely to live longer than those who were socially isolated. But what makes this truly surprising is how fast reconnecting can change things. Even brief interactions, like chatting with a neighbor, can lower your stress and boost your immune system. Take the story of Bob, a retired teacher who fell into isolation after moving to a new town. He joined a local book club, made new friends, and within months his energy returned and his blood pressure dropped. Reach out today, call a friend, or join a group. Connection might just be the best medicine. You might think, I'll catch up on sleep later, but here's the shocking truth. Both too little and too much sleep can shorten your life. The key isn't just quantity, it's quality. Poor sleep weakens your immune system, affects your heart, and even speeds up cognitive decline. A woman named Linda learned this the hard way. After years of sleeping only 4 to 5 hours a night, she developed chronic fatigue and hypertension. When her doctor suggested improving her sleep, she created a bedtime routine, dimmed lights, no caffeine after lunch, and breathing exercises. Within months, her energy returned and her blood pressure stabilized. The twist? Sleep can act as your body's repair shop, but only if you give it enough time. Start by sleeping at least 7 hours each night and prioritizing rest. Better sleep means a stronger, healthier you. Let's get straight to it. Your waistline matters more than the number on the scale. Here's the twist. Fat around your waist, not your overall weight, is what puts you at serious risk for heart disease and diabetes. It's called visceral fat, and it's far more dangerous than it looks. A study from the Mayo Clinic showed that men with a waist over 40 inches and women over 35 inches were at significantly higher risk of early death, even if their overall weight was normal. But here's the good news. Small changes can make a huge difference. Focus on reducing sugary foods, eating more fiber, and adding daily physical activity, even if it's just a 20-minute walk. Measure your waist today. Forget the scale. This is the number that matters most. And every inch you lose is a step toward a healthier, longer life. Here's a tough question. Is stress quietly stealing years from your life? Chronic stress and negative thoughts don't just affect your mood. They can weaken your heart, harm your immune system, and shorten your life. In one famous Harvard study, participants with a positive mindset lived significantly longer, while those who let stress and anxiety take over were at a much higher risk of early death. The twist? You have the power to change this. Start by practicing mindfulness. Just 5 minutes a day of deep breathing or journaling can lower your stress levels. Surround yourself with positive people, and don't hesitate to talk to a professional if life feels overwhelming. Your mental health is as important as your physical health. Protect it and you'll feel stronger, happier, and healthier in ways you never imagined. You might not think much about balance and flexibility, but losing them is one of the biggest risks to your independence. Here's the twist. Poor balance and reduced flexibility increase your risk of falls, which can be life-threatening. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine revealed that adults who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had double the risk of early death compared to those who could. Think about that. It's a simple test with profound meaning. But here's the good news. You can regain flexibility and balance at any age. Simple exercises like standing on one leg, stretching daily, or trying yoga can rebuild your strength and coordination. Test yourself today. Can you balance for 10 seconds? If not, it's time to act. Every second you improve could be a step toward a longer, steadier life. Finally, let's talk about purpose, the ultimate life extender. Research in blue zones, areas where people live the longest, shows that having a clear sense of purpose can add up to 7 extra years to your life. In Japan, it's called ikigai, your reason for being. It doesn't have to be something grand. It could be spending time with family, gardening, volunteering, or learning something new. I met a retired nurse who struggled with loneliness after leaving her job. Then she started volunteering at a local shelter and everything changed. She found joy, made new friends, and felt alive again. Ask yourself, what gets you out of bed in the morning? If you don't know, take time to explore it. Your purpose could be the secret to living longer and happier. Now that you know these 9 powerful signs, the question is, what will you do next? Will you ignore them, or will you take control of your future? Here's the truth, it's never too late to change. Small steps can lead to big transformations. Walk a little faster. Build your strength. Reconnect with a friend. Sleep better. Every small improvement adds years to your life. But remember the twist. These signs aren't just warnings, they're opportunities. Opportunities to live longer, stronger, and happier. So what will you start with today? Walking a bit farther? Sleeping an extra hour? Finding your purpose? The power to change is in your hands. If this inspired you, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more life-changing insights. Together, let's make these years the best ones yet.